Where do I even start? Hold on a second. I received a comment. So let's start here. Good evening and warm greetings to wherever you are in the world. This is once again Amelia, aka Spaced Out Puffin, and today I am bringing you more Season 2 of Heaven Official's Blessing, Episode 3. And for the first time in forever, I actually only have my theories and discussions to bring you today. No surprise book haul, no extra big segment of things that we just need to do. Capitalism did not win this time. However, some of you have apparently made it your life mission to be my enablers, and you're making it so hard not to lose my self-control. There is so much adorable TGCF official merch. We are so blessed, and or cursed, depending on the situation of your wallet. I caved so easily to these, and I can feel myself caving again as we speak. So, safe to say, this video will be a rarity. But I really do want to get deeper into the story, so I'm actually pretty excited about filming this episode. I have some pretty big, some pretty out there theories I want to share with you guys. But I'm not sure everyone will be equally happy about how they came to be. More about that in a bit. Let's just get straight to it. Episode 2 was... You know what it was. Like, I don't need to say anything. You know what that was. But what I do want to get out there is that I have concluded that the Chinese version is just as... No, seriously, listen. There is an obvious difference in performance. No denial here. Like several of you have already noted, the English dub cast went for it. It's like Mr. Cheek had a personal vendetta against any attempt of making this not a gay love story. Every single line delivery had the not so secret subtext of these boys are going to These boys will take their marital vows very seriously. And most importantly, they had fun. The dub is a very fun watch and arguably still stays true to the intent of the story, even when the Chinese performance is different. And of course, this is most notable in Hua Chang. Yes, overall the Chinese version has continued to be less direct, although just as good, of course, at conveying the intent of the story and narrative. So people like me with a Western Northern European sort of background will interpret this as more formal, like the conversations generally have a more formal approach, and there's this underlying tone of a hierarchy that someone who is unfamiliar with these things might struggle to grasp. Personally, I think my background in watching so much Korean and Japanese media as I have, like, this isn't very unexpected. And I think that's true for a lot of us watching this show. And yes, the nuances of language and certain cultural aspects are lost in translation. We've already had this discussion. We're talking about him now. Because Hua Chang in the Chinese version is indeed directed a little different. To begin with, the Chinese voice actor, Cheng gives Hua Chang a softer and lighter voice. That brings a little more youthfulness into the character just by default. And my immediate reaction to that has been that he is just as hard, but he's also so cute. Like, he is indeed younger than Shillian and should be calling him Gogo. And I find that I quite like this interpretation. But I cannot vouch for sub accuracy, but having watched that scene a dozen times now, it's the same. Yes, a couple of lines were changed between the Chinese script and the English one, And the performances of the English cast definitely emphasizes certain lines. But content-wise, my conclusion is that the Chinese version is actually just as suggestive as the English script. And from what I've been told, that is clearly the author's intent. Like, yes, the less directness leaves some room for interpretation, which I guess is a necessity. But like one commenter said, the censorship people, they were left in the back room, tied up in red curtains. Like, I'll be honest, watching these scenes in Chinese made me just as flustered and made my heart beat just as fast. And that brings me so much joy. And like, feel free to disagree with me. I know some of you already do, but I still think it's worth to mention that we should give the utmost respect to the dub team for making the English dub enjoyable and fun to watch, and not just in a meme kind of way. Like, it is genuinely quite good. Like, we have been blessed. So do I have a preference yet? I don't know. Like, I really enjoy both performances of Hua Chang so much. But there is something in me that leans a little bit towards... Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll let you know at the end of this season. Keep you on your toes. So with the sub-dub rant out of the way, let's talk about what actually happens in this episode. You know, aside from being soft pornography. The episode mostly takes place at a new location, introduced at the very end of episode 1. Hua Chang's gambling den, where heaven's best and brightest are on a mission to find someone's missing girlfriend. As in, the best and the brightest, but not necessarily simultaneously. Lang Tinto, for instance, is probably the best at what he does. Covert operations deep in enemy territory where subtlety is key just isn't one of those things. And Windmaster, like, bless them, I love them dearly. Both best and very bright. However, they are so easily distracted that it does not surprise me at all anymore that they forgot about the whole Banyue thing until Shillian mentioned it in the telepathic matrix. They remind me a little of my cousin. There are a few letters of the alphabet involved. And then we have Shillian, the best and the brightest. Except I still believe that he's unaware that he is the main character in ABL. Those butterflies you're having, and you know, when your heart went thump in front of that red curtain. In academic terms, we call that gay panic. By the way, the red curtain music slaps. It is so gorgeous. I cannot wait to add it to my list of music that I need to deep dive into. So, one of the highlights of this episode is Hua Chang meeting Shillian in his real form. And they are the only ones who know. Love this trope. And I know, I called him a coward repeatedly for just up and disappearing in the beginning of season 1, but this is indeed the form that he was wearing, being on the reunion at Mount Eugen. He showed himself to Shillian as he is straight away, and then got cold feet about it. I do not claim to know his thought process. Something along the lines of, OMG, what if Gaga doesn't like tall, dark and handsome men with swords? And thus Sanlang was born, for which he only kept the tall and handsome part, and even cut down on the tall. Jokes aside, I do think this all ties back to the fact that Hua Chang views himself as a monster. And in his defense, Shillian did immediately attack him. So yeah, maybe he really did have a hard time believing Shillian when he said he was gonna love it anyway, like back in episode 12 of season 1. But yeah, after all that, in the end, in this episode, Hua Chang emerges from behind the red curtain, and Shillian...
Why did our lord decide to change his face again today?
Who cares? It's gorgeous. He's so handsome, I think I might just die right here.
What are you talking about? You're already dead.
Do you believe him now? Let's talk a little bit more about Hua Chang and the gambling den. I have a theory. Listen up. That one girlie, the cute one working at the hall who brought Shillian inside, She was really excited and surprised that Hua Cheng was there. Like, girl, did you just arrive at your shift? Or, I think this supports my claim that Hua Cheng quite literally just arrived. Again, I don't know what kind of app he is using, but he saw Shillian make his way towards the den and immediately dropped by. Very much the vibes of dressing up to go and accidentally meet your crush. Oh, Gogo! Fancy meeting you here in my hall of revelry. He really gives me the vibes of someone who would do that. So I still have questions regarding why Hua Cheng is running a gambling den. Like Hua Cheng himself, his luck is to the point where if he wanted to win, as I understand it, he would. So why is he handing out all these miracles? And if they lose, what exactly does he need with someone's legs or lifespans? From season 1 we know 2 things. Hua Cheng has believers and Hua Cheng is powerful, and these are not necessarily correlated, but to some extent maybe. Like, do these acts of revelry somehow carry with them an energy or something that Ghost City needs or Hua Cheng can use, in a sense? Like, just having all these things happen in this area make it stronger or able to keep spreading, existing? And you know, some people have obviously been winning bets because why else would others come? And like, ghosts are one thing, but the gambler we saw was obviously human. I guess I'm still trying to figure out how the ghost realm works. Like, so far, we do have evidence of ghosts and ghost kings interfering in the human world. Like Bai Wuxiang with the kingdom of Shanle, Qi Rong who keeps hanging corpses in trees, Blackwater who might be sinking ships. So is this all a necessity? Or is it like their own wrath that needs unleashing somehow? As for Hua Cheng, he's built different. Wrath, terror, pain, everything needed to create the perfect ghost king. And a big vial of chemical X. L. Unspeakable longing and adoration. So anyway, let's move on from that topic for now. In the episode, we leave the gambling hall with Hua Cheng saying that he will go to Paradise Manor. It is, obviously, an invitation to Shillian that Windmaster would love to take advantage of. Like honestly, if Shi Qingxuan was a little bit more perceptive and noticed the astronomical levels of thirst in Crimson Rainsword Flower whenever he looks at the Crown Prince of Shanle, they might have tried to make this a honeypot mission. In fact, I think that's exactly what they're trying to do, but Lang Qincha gets in the way. This big old puppy. And in that conversation, Shillian actually picks his side. Let's talk Lang Qincha. First off, just a clarification. I was told that his transformation thing has to do with the fact that they are currently hiding their godhood. Like, I did notice the scene where Shillian and Windmaster seem to have this kind of golden glow around them before they joined the ghost group they're trailing. I thought maybe they were inside a barrier and they were exiting it or something. But turns out they were hiding their god aura, I suppose you could say. So Windmaster was worried that he would reveal all his spiritual power that would reveal that he is a god. Like, Hua Cheng already clocked them, but the rest of the ghosts didn't know just yet. So anyway, Lang Qincha comes into this episode all hubris and righteousness and doesn't even know who he's picking a fight with. A character like this usually annoys me. And yeah, it kinda does. I am Windmaster this entire episode. But I do actually find him a little endearing. Though I admit that chances are I am both biased and influenced by Shillian. Let's take a moment to just recollect what we know about this character so far. We learn in episode 1 that he is actually several hundred years old, has a really bad case of sleep apnea, and we also know that he's actually a golden retriever in god form. I totally stole that from a comment, but it's true. And I actually really enjoy how excited he is about meeting Shillian. To quote him, "The crown prince who ascended 3 times?" I saw a discussion in the comments about this, and I agree. I love that he sees that Shillian ascended 3 times. That takes a lot. To have been banished as a god and then come back again 2 more times? That's impressive. All the while, it seems that most of the other heavenly officials really only see his banishments. So this is another reason why we like Prince Taihua. But there's another important fact, both regarding the timeline of this universe and his anticipated role in this season, which is Young-an. And like, you're gonna have to excuse me for not making these connections sooner, but in my defense, episode 1 was a lot. And like, so was episode 2, but a little less happened in episode 2. It was a little bit shorter, and that gave me more time to think about him. So what we know about Young-an is that it is a kingdom of the Central Plains, and also is a kingdom that existed after the kingdom of Shanle, Shillian's kingdom. Most recently, we know that they had many conflicts with the kingdom of Banyue, and Young-an had an infamous evil state preceptor, Fang Shen of the Central Plains. I am still a little unsure what exactly a state preceptor does. Like, we know Banyue was involved in a lot of the fighting, but surely the prince of a nation would have something to do with them. So let's start there. So this is a possible connection. And now, one of my earlier theories is that Shillian knew Fang Shen. Long Qiancho's age and the timeline of the Banyue arc, it kind of fits. And I'm a bit careful now because I initially didn't really know how these things fit together, but I have a reason to believe that Shillian knows Lang Qiancho, or at least knew of him. Like, we've already established that it feels like he cares for him. And like, originally, my theory was that Shillian perhaps cared for Fang Shen. As for how Lang Qiancho does not recognize Shillian, well, time. It's been a couple of 100 years at least. He is kinda dumb. And finally, Shillian's mask. Like, in the opening, we see Shillian wearing a mask, and I think that this was during his time in Young-an, during the time of the state preceptor. And therefore, another connection to this is perhaps Shillian. I'm giving him another pin because he might need it for this side of the board. Like, it was hinted to me that he was probably connected to everywhere. So yeah, this is a pretty sound theory. However, I have another one that's even more. However, I think some of you guys will be a bit disappointed regarding how it came about. To which I will have to apologize, I feel. But also, this has come about because of how we run things here. Where do I even start? Hold on a second. It starts here. The tier list, where I ranked all the TGCF characters from season 1 if they were pictured or named. Yeah, the images are kind of curling. It's because I used regular drawing paper to print them, which was the only thing I had lying around my house. Safe to say, I'm learning a little bit about paper quality now that I didn't know before. So why is this a problem? What does this have to do with any of this? Well, after I uploaded the video with the tier list, I received a comment. A comment I've tried not to think too hard about. And obviously I failed. Like, this board has been just sitting around my living room. I even tried to cover it up at some point, but my brain... Okay, let me clue you in. I'm not gonna show the comment up here, but I'm going to read the last part to you. It reads, I also love seeing the same person show up 3 times and receive different rankings. So... let's start here. See, the thing is, the black-robed woman obviously does have a different identity. For all of season 1, I've been kind of clued into 2 possibilities, but really there's only one. She could be the Rain Master, or she could be the Earth Master. Black-robed woman, Earth Master. And if it is indeed confirmed that she is the Earth Master, she could very well be the character who has a 3rd identity on this board. However, of the other characters who are in a different ranking, our 2 options are Bai Wuxiang and Fang Xin, the State Preceptor. I don't think she is Bai Wuxiang. There have been no connections there whatsoever, and the color scheme is off. As for Fang Xin, like, I guess, like, it would be kind of ironic because that was one of the presumed identities throughout season 1. But then we have Shillian in season 1 saying how he is quite sure that neither of the mysterious women at the time were Fang Xin. And I think that's because he knows who Fang Xin is. And I can combine that with the comments I've gotten through season 1 that did hint to me that Fang Xin wasn't a big part of season 1. And I guess I got them because people wanted to help me confirm my theories. So, black-robed woman, Earth Master, Fang Xin. Yeah. So while I am open to the possibility, that's not my theory. Let's take this back. You already know what my craziest theory so far is. The same person 3 times in different rankings. Shillian is Bai Wuxiang. And my heart is actually beating so fast just thinking about this, but I'm so scared that I am completely off the rails. But it makes sense. Listen, the opening contrasting Lang Chencho with Shillian, the mask he is wearing, the fact that Shillian has had other identities before, where he tries to make the world a better place, but ends up both teaching and traumatizing a child in the interim. Like, we might have found a theme here. Because yes, the black-robed woman does show up in the opening, but not anywhere near Lang Qiancho. So yeah, it's a lot. And honestly, if it doesn't pan out and it turns out it is indeed the black-robed woman, I won't be too mad about that. But if it does pan out, I might just go insane. Just the potential of amnesiac white cloth calamity, but not really Ghost King Shillian. Oh my god. This story. So to round us off, you really can't tell me shit. Because this happens. Now, I want to clarify that I am not mad at this commenter or bashing them in any way, and I don't think you should either. And I feel a little bit at fault as well, because I have encouraged people to say what they want as long as they don't drop major spoilers. But this is the reality of how I run this channel. It's a fun little passion project. I don't have a mod and I read all the comments. And I love your comments dearly. But you need to be aware of this, that they really do in fact influence my reactions. But say if you are really, really excited to see if anyone else has noticed something that you have, might I recommend the Holy Scriptures of Corkboardism, the Google Docs managed by the wonderful Nimue, where anyone can ask for permission, and I don't know what goes on in there actually. As far as I understand, it is a document full of spoilers. Or a second option, my Discord server, which has spoiler channels that I do not venture into. Here you can lurk to your heart's content, react to other people's comments, or make your own. And honestly, I think you'll have a blast. For me, the Discord server has been a joy. We did a watch party for Epic a few weeks back, which is now on my daily playlist. We've played games, some people have streamed their art, others have shown off their TGCF merch collections. And we do have the best collection of pet pictures. There are even videos sometimes. Some of us recently began playing Sky because of the server, and some longtime players showed off their characters inspired by Hua Chang and Shelian. It really has been such a blast, and you are free to join. The link should be down in the description for you. So a huge thank you to the people who helped me start the Discord community. My lovely devotees over at the Corkboard Temple, aka my coffee supporters. This time around, we do have a few new names, but a lot of returnees. Definitely gonna have to shuffle for some space. Let's start with a thank you to... You're really gonna make me read this? Crocoscephalus redibundus, which is a hooded seagull. Another fellow avian creature. I did think this was funny though. And also thank you to Lils for your donation. A big thank you to Book Dino for your generous donation. And I'd also like to thank Tiny Meeps and Louis Falls for coming back with yet another donation. Now to find your names on the board so I can replace it with a slightly larger name tag. And there is also Maru, who turned out to be the anonymous coffee supporter from last time. So your name tag has been upgraded accordingly. Thank you so much for coming back. And Leo and Darylyn, thank you so much for your support. I'm adding a bigger name tag, and you're also getting this flower. And thank you to Shay, who will be receiving a bigger name tag today. And thank you Mary for your repeat donation. I'll be putting this heart next to your name tag. And the same goes for Misty, thank you so much for coming back. And also to the lovely D, Misfortunes, thank you so much for your donation. And for otherwise keeping me very entertained. And Willow, thank you for coming back again. Today I'll be putting this flower up by your name tag. And for the wonderfully sweet Luanga, a cat guardian for your name tag. I think he'll do his job well. I also have a cat guardian for the wonderful Toasted Toad. Thank you so much for coming back with yet another donation. Thank you to Emma Slavine for your monthly donation. Just making sure that you know that that's the box you've checked. Either way, thank you so much for your support. I'll be noting that down with a few hearts. And Sea Banana, thank you so much for coming back as well for another kind donation. Big thank you to Muley for your donation and for your kind words. I'll also be putting this flower up by your name. Yeah, I already have to do some shuffling, I see. Rennie, thank you so much for coming back once again and for your generosity. You have been assigned a more powerful guardian. In fact, he was so powerful that he ran through my corkboard. We have a lot of silly guardians on this board. But seriously, thank you so much for your repeated support and for your kind messages. They are a joy to read. And there's also Bridge, who has also come back and whose guardian will be upgraded today. Look at this little hardtail. I think they're adorable. I know it's just a bot, but trust me, they are very, very powerful creatures who will zealously guard your name tag. And then there's the wonderful Dark Yoko Kitsune, whose old name tag was already very long. So for the bigger one, I had to play around a little bit, cheat just a little bit. You will be joining the board with another guardian Not a fox, I am afraid, but a lovely, husky-like dog. And I am so incredibly grateful for your generosity. And because you are one of my biggest contributors, I will be putting the white flower next to your name. And lastly, Arya, if you're watching this, this is your cue to look away. You can look back when I'm done with this segment, okay? Dear SJ, I got these butterfly pins recently and I wanted to put them next to people who are just, yeah, you know what you did. Like, I kind of made the heart as a placeholder, but honestly at this point you can have both. Both the butterfly and the heart. Thank you so much for thinking of me and for coming back with repeated donations like this. Yeah, all of you. I appreciate your generosity so much. This whole board looks so much fun and it just keeps growing. I keep having to shuffle people around now because the system I made wasn't really well thought out and not at all designed for almost 70 people. But yeah, I just want you to know that I continue to keep you guys in my thoughts, and thank you so much for enabling corkboards, coffee, and literature, and maybe even more things. There's no saving me. But do I even want to be saved? Alright. Oh, I forgot to put Sanga back up. Alright, a few predictions before we start the episode. The episode ends with the reappearance of the bandaged kid. And Shillian immediately turns to try and look for him. So what will happen? Shillian might find him or not. Like, I wonder if he just arrived here as well. We know that Ghost City only recently opened up again, so chances are he hasn't been here for too long. In other words, he has been quite elusive and has slipped past Ling Wen's attempts to find him. I think that if Shillian catches him, we will start moving in on the Chandler plot. If he's unable to catch him, I might know of someone who might be able to help. So to Paradise Manor we go. If it is to ask for help to look for the bandaged kid or to ask for help regarding the Heaven official who's missing, like, he'll go there either way. He'll go to look for Hua Chang. He just isn't going to lie to him. Other predictions? Ah Ming, where is all the sword touching I was promised? It's not really a gay love story before we're touching swords, eh? And with that, Season 2, Episode 3. Let's roll. Alright, Ghost Binding Cursed Shackle. That's an interesting name. Shackles, like the ones Shillian has. Alright, let's roll.
You little thief! I'm gonna peel
And he's there! Oh no. He's been stealing? Okay, let's go. We're saving him.
Boy from Mount Yuqing. No wonder the Hall of Lingwen couldn't find him.
Is he really a boy though? Is he really human? Of course.
Stop this at once. We just talked about keeping a level head.
No low profile, no level head.
I swear this is the last time. I swear if we survive this, I am never going on patrol with you again.
I swear, Lang Chen-cho is actually a shonen anime protagonist. He's just ended up in the wrong genre. I'm never going on patrol with you again. You tell him, Windmaster. Okay, let's go.
You hurt?
Oh no. Do you recognize him?
It's all right.
He's scared. He is so scared.
I'm here to help.
Is he gonna run? He did.
Wait, please.
Hey,
Hold on.
no one asked you to meddle. You know that kid?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you catch the boy.
Oh, give him hell, Shillian.
Apologies. We must split up from here. Let's meet again at this
Windmaster is so
spot.
done.
Again in 3 days.
3 days? Shillian, what exactly do you think you're gonna be doing in Paradise Manor for 3 days? I mean, I know, but I'm not sure you know. This panicky effect is so cool. And I love the ghosts.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to cause
Oh
trouble.
no, we lost
But
him.
I'll be back to cover any damages.
You'll pay now.
Oops.
I'll be making sure of that.
He might need some assistance.
Boy up for a late night snack.
That is
Oh,
leave him be.
who's this?
Officer. What's he got to do with this guy?
Waning Moon Officer. Waning Moon Officer. A new
Honored
character.
guest, the Lord of the city asks for you.
Waning Moon Officer, I think they said. And you know the first thing I noticed? Surprisingly, not his ominous mask. His eyes. They're too pretty. This ain't a side character. Waning Moon Officer. And he has come to let everyone know that the Lord of the City is expecting his honored guest. Oh my god, Hua Chang. You just want everyone to know, don't you?
He does?
Just who is this person?
Our Lord has never asked after an outsider before.
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
My lord has asked me to escort you.
I love this trope. The gossiping crowds. Oh, look at this place. He has a shackle.
Honored guest, we've arrived.
Oh my gosh. We're at Paradise Manor. We have a new character already. Oh gosh. This is already shaping up to be a very exciting episode. Let's enjoy the opening. Maybe it's this person. Again, the mask is a little different. Yeah. Hey? Like, guys, seriously. From this image of Shillian taking off the mask and shedding a tear into this, yeah. Everything I see now kind of feeds into this theory. Again, could be that I'm a little bit off. Or very off. Like, this is not just to show that Prince Taihua has a bit of a temper when faced with unrighteous situations. Okay, let's go.
I'll take my leave.
Thank you.
You're leaving so soon? Oh my gosh. This is a fancy place. We've got dancers, musicians. What the heck? Hua Chang, I did not peg you for this kind of guy. There he is.
Sanlan.
What are you doing?
Gold Foil Palace? I haven't played that game in a long time. Not since I was a child.
Highness, you must go back inside before you catch cold.
It's baby Shillian.
My silly boy.
Is that his mom?
If a foil palace falls, it can be rebuilt.
Oh my gosh.
But if a son falls ill, it won't be so easy to put him back together again.
I'm just sad. I hate it when they come apart.
Why is he so
Have to
cute?
find a way to keep them together. Let's ask your father for some pulp. How's that?
And that's Daddy Chandler.
Even the idea of separation was painful back then. Thankfully, my parents had the patience for me. Sanlan must have that kind of patience too. A palace so delicately intricate would take a lot of time to make.
Oh my gosh. What does that mean?
Why have you not come forward? Don't be nervous. Surely a few days apart hasn't made me a stranger to you.
Could say the same.
Few days apart.
Am I simply your honored guest?
A little bit of theater for your friend Long Chen Show. I didn't want to cause you trouble.
I was not ready. I am not ready for this. Okay, so they've only been apart for a few days. So that was confirmation for something I asked during the first episode, actually. And the first thing we're doing is admitting that, yes, we are putting on an act. Gotta listen to that conversation one more time. And then the rest of it, I guess. And also baby Shillian. He's so cute. Okay, so we're playing a game called Gold Foil Palace, which is like ancient Chinese Jenga. Either way, apparently this was a game that Shillian used to play as a child. Coincidence? However, it seems that they easily come apart, and that's not something he liked. So he is actually out here being a petulant little prince, giving his caretakers a bit of a headache, and then his absolutely gorgeous mother. Like, we know those genes are strong. She manages to get him back inside by saying that they will ask his father to provide some pulp, I think she said, in order to make the palaces stay together. Which is cheating. Shillian? Is this a metaphor for something? Like, the point of these palaces is that they are supposed to fall apart. Like a house of cards. Something very small can make them tumble. But Shillian doesn't want that to happen. So he's looking for a different solution. This is not where I thought this episode was gonna go. I did not think we were gonna get Chandler flashbacks.
A palace so delicately intricate would take a lot of time to make.
And yet... Like, why? Why did he do that? I don't understand. The gold foil palaces that Shillian, as a child, wanted to keep together, and that Sunlong immediately takes apart. Which is the natural order of things, I suppose. I don't know what this means. I need more clues. But I've definitely noted this down.
Welcome, Shelian. Why have you not come forward? Don't be nervous. Surely a few days apart hasn't made me a stranger to you.
I could say the same. Or am I simply your honored guest?
Don't worry, Hua Chang. He's not nervous. It's just a regular old dose of gay panic. I mean, have you seen yourself? This is your fault.
I didn't want to cause you trouble.
You know everything about everything, don't you?
God, he's
If
odd.
that were true, then I'd know why you're here. But regardless of the reason, you're here. That's enough.
Oh my god. I did not expect that.
Shall we sit?
Oh my god.
So, Senlong, is this your true face?
You know it is.
I told you. Next time, I'll show you my real face.
Good.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait. Here. I believe you left this behind.
Left this behind. You're so silly, Shillian. You're so silly. Left it around your neck.
That's nothing special. A trinket I thought you'd like.
Oh my god.
Right. You know, I wasn't sure about this place at first. The name Paradise Manor evokes a certain kind of imagery. When you asked me here, I thought I was being brought to a brothel.
You ruined me. You think I'd go to a brothel?
You wouldn't?
No, of course not. Too dull. If I'm bored, I can just remodel.
I really wasn't sure what kind of conversations they would be having upon their reunion now that they are alone. But Shillian immediately brings up the ring. What the fuck, Hua Chang? Why wouldn't you? Little trinket that I thought you might like. That is certainly a way to describe your Achilles heel. I can name half a dozen characters who would want their hands on that in order to get you gone. Oh my lord. This part obviously makes Hua Chang a little bit flustered, but then we go back to their banter and it's delightful. It's so much fun. But of course we are threading around the topic of why is Shillian here and is he going to tell Hua Chang? Let's find out.
If I'm bored, I can just remodel.
Remodeling? Is that your
So
hobby?
this is your home.
House, not a home.
What's the difference?
Homes have families. When one lives alone, that's no home.
By that definition, I haven't had a home for the past 800 years.
No matter
No!
a home is best. Better than 1,000 paradise manors.
I'm surprised. I didn't think you were so sentimental.
It's just the truth. Your shrine feels more like home than here.
It does. You'll have to come back then. Okay? The door is always open.
Always. How dangerous. Seems you leave me no choice.
Oh my god. The mixture of feelings I am feeling right now. At the beginning of this part of the conversation, I was honestly tearing up a little bit. Shillian asks, is this your home? And Hua Chang counters that, no, this is a house, not a home. At which point I was already feeling a little bit emotional just by those few lines. Because that really just speaks to the loneliness that he must have been feeling for all these years. We don't even know a lot about Hua Chang's family situation, but judging by the way he looked, I'm guessing nothing good. Gosh, this is such a vulnerable conversation. And then when he says that Shillian's shrine feels more like home to him because Shillian is there. Oh my lord. These two are killing me. This is too much. We aren't even halfway through this episode.
Seems you leave me no choice, unless you get tired of me.
No, never. By the way, could I ask a favor?
Anything you wish. You may speak your mind here. It's safe.
He's gonna ask about the bandaged boy.
I think we share a connection. I bumped into him outside your gambling den.
Of course. Oh, the officer.
I'll find him.
I'm grateful
Of course you will.
It's nothing. Did you want your companion as
Oh
well?
my gosh, the hands.
You needn't worry about Prince Taihua.
That boy? No. He doesn't even qualify as trouble.
He's a heavenly official in your city. Isn't that enough?
Hardly.
Oh my
My
god,
city
watch
has a
on.
secret. Any and all come here to indulge themselves in the illicit. If they behave, I don't care. If they decide otherwise, then I can end them.
Prince Taihua, he only wished to stop the game. It was impulse.
Resulting from a lack of experience. If fools like that prince can ascend, the heavens need better standards.
I wouldn't say it like that. After all, I've been able to ascend 3 times.
Oh my god, shut up, Shillian. You're nothing like that. Why are you so self-depreciating? My boy. Okay, there's a lot happening in this conversation. I'm gonna have to go back again. This is one of those episodes. This episode is like episode 1. Too many things being dropped, too many things happening, and we're learning so much about ghosts, about Ghost City, and of course about Hua Chang. And the moment he said your companion, he really is talking about the missing heaven official, right? He's gotta be.
So then, did you want your companion as well? My city has a secret. Not a good one. You see, any and all come here to indulge themselves in the illicit. Even heavenly officials will don a disguise so they can join in the fun.
Okay, so heavenly officials also go to Ghost City. So, did Hua Chang know the black-robed woman because she went to Ghost City for some reason? Like previously, I theorized that they knew each other because they met out in the field or on a mission or something to eradicate a ghost. But now it seems that maybe the black-robed woman, if again, indeed, she is the missing official, like maybe she has a debt in Ghost City. Because as Hua Chang says next.
If they behave, I don't care. If they decide otherwise, then all the better. Then I can end them.
Shillian, I know you haven't caught on yet. But yeah, so did she misbehave? What has she done, Hua Chang? Are you gonna let us know?
Senlan, I'm not judging, but I am curious. Your gambling den is lively. Aren't you worried?
No, I'll tell you why. He acted because if he didn't, no one would.
He essentially said the same thing.
The thing is, I'm the opposite. The gambler's den is a place of profit and loss. Lives are changed. That's power. If I don't seize it, someone else will. And it's better off in my hands than theirs.
I didn't expect Senlan to care so much about the power he can wield.
That said, I'm grateful for your concern.
Oh!
My lord.
Just walked in with the bandaged kid. I was not done trying to think about what he just said though. So what Hua Chang is saying is that there is power to be had. If he doesn't do this, if he doesn't run this gambling den, or this entire city, surely, someone else will. And this power is better off in his hands. Is it hubris? Or is it something else? I don't know. I'm trying to reconcile what he's saying with the character as I know him so far. I'm gonna keep watching and just try to understand this a bit more. Like, even Shillian seems surprised that he cares so much about power.
That said, I'm grateful for your concern.
My lord, I found him.
Bring the boy over here.
Alright.
You're safe now. I promise.
Hungry?
Who am I to deny your wish?
Thank you.
They don't need words.
Last he ate. Slow down.
Is he really human?
Plenty. Can you tell me your name?
He probably hasn't spoken in years. Give him some time.
You're right.
You're eating a little bit too fast, kid.
It's all right. It's medicine for your wounds. It seems he took a knife to the growths.
Oof.
Poor boy. This should have never happened.
Allow me.
It's fine. I'll handle it. Are you from Xianle?
Yong'an.
Have you seen the White Calamity?
Shelian,
No, I'm sorry.
you're tired. Get some rest. Take him.
Oh my gosh, what just happened? So the bandage boy is also from Yong'an. And immediately after we see a palace burning, Shelian watching, and then... Is Shelian implying that Bai Wuxiang also was involved in Yong'an? Gosh, it's really hard for me to try and figure out what else this could mean because I keep getting so caught up in my own theory. I really need to shelve that for a bit so I don't get too distracted. So either way, we really are discovering more about this whole mystery. I'm really excited that the main story quest came back online. Though of course, this quest reveal, I'm still looking for that as well.
Let me help you.
No. I'll be fine.
Rest here for now. I'll talk to him. He'll tell me everything.
No. Please. If you can't speak, then it's best to take things slow.
Hello?
Wait here, please.
Is that an alarm? Could Windmaster and Lang Qianqiu be up to something?
Oh my gosh.
I'll go too.
It's not Long Qianqiu. I'll be back soon.
This is so tense actually. Oh my gosh. Are you gonna take a nap
I need to start handling
in his bed?
him so he doesn't have to. Oh, right. I almost forgot why I'm here.
Yeah, we have another mission. I am sure... Oh,
What's a man with a cursed shackle doing working for Sanlong of all people?
alright. Like... Okay, everyone, I really think, Shelian, if you had just asked Sanlong to tell you where this person is, to have an official who's missing, he would probably have told you. So I feel like we're not 100% trusting here, which is fine, it's understandable. We're really, like, Shelian is learning a lot more about Hua Chang, specifically about Hua Chang as a ghost king. But now this person has a cursed shackle, the same kind that Shelian has, which was given to Shelian by the Emperor. In other words, is this too a heaven official? A banished heaven official? Like, surely he can't be the missing one. Either way, he's sneaking around, and I'm guessing maybe we're going to where the missing heaven official is being kept. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's do it. You're literally right behind him. Are you seriously that good at sneaking? Maybe it's darker here than it looks like. Yeah, you are. Let's go, Shelian. Again, his eyes are too pretty for him to be just a regular side character. Roya, you did good.
Been a lot worse.
He's so cool.
Interesting. Dice?
2 6s. You rolled 2 6s. Is it like if you roll 2
It's a
6s,
relatively small building.
you'll
I should be able to hear
go
it,
to the
so
right,
it's so
like,
quiet.
room? Yeah, because there's nothing in there right now.
See? There's a spell lock on this door. And those dice are the key to unlocking it. I can't help but feel like this was specifically designed to stop me.
An anti-Shelian door. Fucking hell, Sandang. Oh, here he is.
I see this is where you snuck off to.
I wasn't sneaking. I was going to see that child and got myself lost.
You are lying, Shelian.
Your house is a lot bigger than I expected.
I can show you more, if you'll allow me. There's something I want you to see.
I'd like that.
Gosh,
Did you finish that business you had?
first visit at your boyfriend's
Some rats
house.
embarrassing themselves.
Rats. Oh, did you meet Chiro?
He's had his eye on my territory.
Chirong mention.
He's barely worth mentioning.
Sends his lackeys. Okay.
We're here.
Alright.
This way.
A weapons room? An armory? He looks a little excited.
These are beautiful. Can I touch them?
Oh my gosh.
These are all treasures.
Shillian with a sword.
What craftsmanship. It's masterful.
So what do you think?
About what?
The weapons. You like them?
I do.
Is that so?
It is.
I'm very glad you said that. Because they're all yours.
Oh no. I haven't used a sword in years, but I still found joy in them.
Oh my
Some
gosh.
things enough.
Then you'll just have to have the armory as well. That way, you'll have reason to visit.
Oh my
You're too
gosh.
kind. But weapons need to be cleaned and cared for. You know, I had an armory like this a long time ago.
As a prince, huh?
You must cherish yours. They're all very well cared for.
I'd be happy to continue doing it.
I can't let a ghost king do my chores. Senna, these are impressive, but they can't compare to Ming, can they?
Oh, you've heard of my cursed sword? Nothing good then, I assume. Like how it's evil, forged in the blood of a living sacrifice.
Other gossip too. Rumors. And rumors are best not believed. I wonder, am I lucky enough to lay eyes on such a blade?
Shillian, of course you are. You've already seen it. It's right here.
Hello.
It's cute.
It's cute.
Shillian, it likes you.
Yes?
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
It looked at you. That's how you can tell. And Ming doesn't take to just anyone.
Well, I like
Something tells me he only takes 2 Shillian.
No.
Did you tell it no?
It wants you to pet it. That's why.
Excuse you. I need it. This is too much. This is too much. Oh my gosh, there are too many implications here. What the heck? It likes you. Too many dick jokes.
It's cute.
The way its pupil just like blue wide.
Well, I like you too.
He's going wild.
No.
I'm used to
He's
being
touching
around
Ming.
weapons. Never expected to inspire the same reaction in a weapon.
This is a look of willful ignorance. Heavenly Father said, don't touch the sword. And the moment you know it's a sword, you touch the sword. You're so fucking funny, Shelly, and I love you. And while this is a funny scene and all, this really tells me that, yes, Shillian probably respects the Emperor a little bit, but he respects himself and his own opinion a little bit more. Father, you don't know him like I do. His sword is cute. Oh my god.
Some bloodthirsty, calamitous sword you turned out to be.
Enjoying ourselves, are we?
Absolutely. I can't remember the last time I got to talk about swords.
My lord.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Here, come sit.
Are you gonna
It would
leave
be
the
better if
kid?
I were to look after him. I could help guide him. So he can be his normal self again. Xiaoying asked me to take care of you after she passed. And I said
Xiaoying
yes.
mention.
If you're willing, you can follow me in cultivation.
In cultivation? You're taking on an apprentice?
Good. You can't recall your name, yes? Would you like to pick a new one? Ying? The same as Xiaoying.
Oh my gosh, that's cute. We have a name. We have a name.
Yong'an. The national name is Lang Ying.
Lang Ying.
I've prepared a small banquet, shall we?
This is so extra. This is so awkward.
Here, eat up.
Watch out!
What a strange thing to suddenly remember.
Oh my gosh, this sudden flashback.
Shillian, a drink?
Is this where we're getting drunk, Shillian? Hello! Oh my gosh, it's... Oh my gosh. Rajang, did you not notice that you've been infiltrated? You're too busy looking at Shillian. No, I was having too much fun. That's annoying. I'm trying to see if I can recognize the character standing in the background here, but it's really hard. Oh my god, guys. This was an eventful episode. Oh my goodness. It's another episode 1 kind of episode with so much happening. New characters being introduced, new concepts being introduced, and there's so much volume in here. My gosh. Where do I even begin? Like, I'm gonna need that rewatch that's coming up because Bandage Kid is reintroduced. We've even given him a name and an origin. We know now that the Bandage Kid is from Yong'an, which seems to be surprising to Shillian, who suspected he was from Shanle, because that's where the face disease spread, right? Was the face disease also in Yong'an? Either way, his new name is Lang Ying, which is very sweet. Shillian decides ultimately that he's going to take care of him and that he's gonna teach him cultivation, I guess? So that basically makes him his little apprentice. There's gonna be a little bit of threading on the board, I fear. So he's now an actual character and not just a concept in a sense. Like, instead of just being a representation of Shillian's trauma, he is something that we have to uncover. He has a name and a personality. Like, yeah, he had a personality before as well, but you know, he feels more interesting now. Not just for having the face disease, but for being a person. So, Yong'an is gone too. He is obviously not a normal human boy. Oof, my hair is such a mess. It's been a long day. Just gonna have to bear with it while I finish this. But Lang Ying is a reintroduced character to us. We also have a new character, the Waning Moon officer who works for Hua Cheng. Possibly a heaven official who has been banished? So someone else who got cast out of heaven. Why would they end up working for Hua Cheng? Maybe they were cast out because of their involvements with him to begin with? I don't know. I just know that he has pretty eyes, which means he is important. We learned that lesson last season. So this new character is super mysterious. There's a lot to be uncovered. I'd like a name for one. And I can't tell if he was maybe deliberately trying to make Shillian follow him so that Shillian would know where to go and what to do. Like, that's just a thought I'm having. Immediately after the Waning Moon officer disappears, Sanlang reappears. And he tells us that he has been dealing with some of Chirong's lackeys. This is our first Chirong mention this whole season. And again, no idea where to put him. I guess I'll leave him in this area for now as someone connected to trying to attack Ghost City. Hua Cheng talks about him like he's a non-issue. He also talks about Tai Hua as if he's a non-issue. I think the largest part of this episode is Hua Cheng and Shillian and their conversations together. There's a lot to be gleaned from this, and also a lot of overthinking to do. Like, they just had their reunion in front of all those people. This is more private. This is in Hua Cheng's house, not home. Oh, that was a great conversation, by the way. And we go back and forth between a few awkward, stilted conversations, a few deeper ones, and also just the fun banter that the two of them get up to. Shillian finally touches Hua Cheng's sword, Ming, his real sword, who is giving major puppy vibes. It's so cute. What the heck? It's a little weird, I have to admit. Did not expect a sword to start shaking or being capable of liking someone. Again, Ming's eye is obviously Hua Cheng's eye. So Ming looking at Shillian, I mean, it's basically part of Hua Cheng, in a sense, right? Like, it's giving like playful vibes, and it unapologetically begs for Shillian's attention. Maybe Ming is kind of a representation of some of Hua Cheng's own impulses. He wants to ask for Shillian's attentions. He wants to ask for Shillian to touch him. I was about to say pet, but that sounded so bad. And it's so late right now, I can't be expected to make coherent thoughts all the time. But the armory scene? my heart. Hua Cheng knows that Shilian loves weapons. As a prince, Shilian probably owned an armory as implied, with all sorts of cool swords, surely. I remember from season 1 too that he had quite a few swords. Like the demon revealing one that Fang Xin, the General Nanyang, had reacquired after it had been pawned off, and subsequently it was shattered by Hua Cheng. Oh well. Point being, it seems like Shilian is a sword enthusiast, though he hasn't used swords in a while. But we do see him handling one in the opening. Is that too when he was in Yong'an? Like, I'm sticking to this. Kind of like Banyue was the stage preceptor in Banyue, in charge of some sort of fighting. Shilian too probably was involved in battling in Yong'an. So I'm guessing the sword we see is in the flashbacks. We'll see. But the fact that Bandage Boy also is connected to Yong'an, I think maybe we have like a triangle of things happening here. I'm happy I put him on this side of the board, close to these guys. It's coming together. And gosh, there are more things. There are a lot more things. But honestly, I have talked so much already today, and I feel like I can provide some better commentary if I have some sleep and a couple of rewatches. Just know that I am very happy with this episode. It has so much going for it and so many things being set up. The new characters, the mystery of the door. I almost forgot that we got to see baby Shilian. Gosh, he was so cute. And a little spoiled. Oh my gosh. I'm looking forward to diving deeper into these scenes and the possible metaphors we're being shown. And I'm especially looking forward to having another look at Hua Cheng's words, actions, conversations. We really are getting to know him a lot better. Like, what his life is like, what kind of things he does, what thoughts he has about Ghost City and heaven and everything in general. And yet at the same time, that ease that we saw between them in the Chestnut Temple, it's there. And I feel like they are both sort of wishing for it. They are in positions now as a heaven official on a mission, and the Ghost King and ruler of the city where this mission is taking place. And at the same time, they are them. Like, the situation around them is very complicated, but although Shilian is questioning some of the things Hua Cheng is saying and doing, and although he is actually lying to him, he also genuinely invites Hua Cheng to come back to the Chestnut Temple. After Hua Cheng admits that that's where he feels most like he is at home. Shilian too has the thought that he hasn't really had a home for 800 years. And I think this understanding of each other, that they have both been lonely, is so important. The Paradise Manor mansion thing is really interesting, but I would gladly watch another episode of these two working on remodeling the Chestnut Temple. I really am too tired to continue this today. I think we're already way past 11 p.m. and I do have work in the morning. But I had so much fun getting to present my new ideas to you guys, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Just, no spoilers, please. And with that, this has been Amelia, aka Spaced Out Puffin, and I will see you in the next one.